In October 1st, 1960, a new flag was raised in our land, green, white, green, signifying the birth of a nation called Nigeria. And here we are, 20, 2025, 65 years later, celebrating not just the anniversary. We're celebrating our unity in diversity. We're celebrating our strength. We're celebrating our achievement. We celebrate our challenges. And we are looking forward to a brighter. At this moment, let's reflect on our achievements so far, on our challenges, and also on the way forward. 65 years ago, Nigeria got our independence from colonial rule. Our forefathers then dreamt of a nation that is united, that is free, that is prosperous, that is forward-looking. Here we are, 65 years later, still celebrating that unity in diversity. We now look at our achievements so far, and we now look at our resilience, and we see that tomorrow is still bright for all of us. So let's pause at this moment to see what are some of the things that make Nigeria great. Nigeria is a nation with more than 250 ethnic groups, and in this we have various languages, various cultures, various traditions, various types of food, and these are things that make Nigeria awesome. We have food like edikaikon, you have eforiro, you have isiewu, fountain vegetable soup, our jollof rice. All of them are awesome. So we have our cultural diversity, which is unique, which make us to be awesome. Then we have our natural resources. Apart from the oil and gas that is the mainstay of the economy, we have fantastic agricultural products in which we lead, like the cassava, like yam, like palm oil, and so many other agricultural products. So we have other mineral resources still buried in the ground, waiting to be tapped. So Nigeria is awesome. Then we have the global influence which we exert on the world through our youths and our cultural arts and the films and the drama and the artwork. See, in literature, Professor Wole Soyinka, Professor Chinua Achebe, Olarotimi, Ngozi in the US, all of them doing Nigeria good. So we have a lot to celebrate. Then we have Wizkid, we have Tiwa Savage, and before them we had Fela Anikulapo Kuti, we have Sunny Okosun, we have Femi Anikulapo Kuti, so many others doing Nigeria proud in the art world. In the film industry, we have Nollywood, which is the second largest film industry in the world, still growing vibrantly. In sports, wow. Remember, in the 90s, we have Unduka Igbade, and so many others. Chidi Imo, Innocent Egbunike, Florence Ajuma, so been doing us proud. And now we still have, we have Amushan doing Nigerian proud, and so many others. So in football, we excel. From Olympics to African Cup to international athletics competition to African Nations Club, there we are celebrating God's awesome goodness in our land. Then we have human capital, both within Nigeria and in diaspora. We are blessed with youths, with adults, every one of us intellectually well developed, adding value in every facet of life. Is it in medicine? Is it in lecturing? Is it in tech? Is it in whichever way of profession you find Nigerians here doing the nation proud and helping the nations where they are residing now. So we have a lot to celebrate at 65, still going strong. Then we have our resilience. In spite of our challenges, we survived the civil war. After that, we have the military rule. After that, we are having different transitions in the political sector. And there we have the corruption challenges. We have the Boko Haram. We have the various insurgencies trying to disturb the nation. But through it all, God is seeing us through. We have the economic challenges in different aspects of the nation. But there, God is seeing us through. Don't we have to celebrate? We have to celebrate, because without the heart of gratitude, you will have problem. Thank God for what you have. Appreciate the grace you have. Appreciate how far you have come. Right? Appreciate it and thank God. And now let's quickly look at our challenges. Yes, we don't want to deceive ourselves, but when we look at it, the insecurity we have in the land, the Boko Haram, the bandits, the terrorists, the kidnappers, the armed robbers, they disturbing the land. But we thank God for our security agencies. They are working very hard, and the government is cooperating with them to some extent, though we need more to be able to equip them with technical equipment, surveillance equipment that it can help them to track this down and reduce it to the barest minimum. Then we have the corruption. That is a terrible one at the highest level, draining the economy, wasting the scarce resources. Well, we're working at it. We only work and pray that all those agencies like ICPC and the EFCC will do more diligent work in tracking all these people that try to waste the scarce resources of the nation. Then we have the infrastructural deficits. The hospitals are not well equipped. Some of our classrooms in the schools are dilapidated. Equipment are scarce in our science labs, and a lot of other things. So this infrastructure needs to be updated. We have the power supply, which is still erratic as we speak, and we have the roads, which are in a good number of them in state of disrepair. Some of them are very terrible, especially in this rainy season. Then we have the brain drain, because some of these things are going wrong, and the youths need a conducive environment to be able to make use of their talent, their innovations. They don't want these things to be killed in them, so they need to look for having the environments where they can be able to flow very well, where all these gifts and talents in them can be brought to the fore. So we are experiencing brain drain in technology, in medicine. Our nurses, medical doctors, so many graduates have just, well, like someone said, if the grass is green, the sheep will graze. That's why we are here, believing and working assiduously to make sure all these anomalies are brought to book. All these things are taken care of, so that the children can be feel safe and be feel fulfilled in their fatherland. Then we have disunity, and this is majorly a product of the politicians. They do divide and rule. They play ethnicity and religiosity when it comes to campaign, because they want to win vote here and there. But ideally, Nigeria is not like that. That's why that song, our national anthem, says, Nigeria we obey, I own their native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. That is our song. Even though these challenges are not small, but with determination we know we shall overcome. So what's the way forward? Well, it may not be that simple, but it's doable and they are achievable. Number one, we expect and we need and we are clamoring for leadership with integrity. Initially, in this political setup in Nigeria, The leaders used to have what is called town hall meeting quarterly and periodically. They will have press conference letting people know their progress over their challenges. They're giving accountability of their work they are doing, so that here they're able to relate, to interact with the people. People tell them, well, excuse me, president, excuse me, say, excuse me, governor, please, this area, this area, this area, you can see for yourself. Nothing is being done. What's your plan about that? Okay, let's have your plan of action for this year. What do you plan to do in this area, in this area, in this area, in this area, in this area? They used to do it, but for one reason or the other, that has stopped. But we want leaders who don't just want to sit in office and just be wearing babariga and just traveling all over the place. We want one. They are ready to serve the people, that feel what the people feels, that actually drink the water the people drink, that travel the road the people travel, that feel the pride the people feel. So we shall get it. That's where we are going. That's the way forward. And that's why when the election comes, please vote and vote right. Then we need youth empowerment. If the youths are adequately empowered, they will not be traveling out. Okay, youth has come, like that, like those set of youths in Lagos now. They have these tech skills and talent and brain and wisdom to develop drones. They were given the space and they got the backing of the state government, and now they are producing. So if we have these infrastructures, training, you see that this child is showing, or this set of children are showing this talent, these skills, now produce a hub where they can bring this to you. Ask them, what are the things you need, what are the materials you need, then you bring it to them, let them produce. Then Nigeria will be a lot better. They don't need to travel out. But some of them, as soon as they do this and they now show this on the internet, countries that are interested in them will just invite them over, and that's why we have this brain drain. So let's look at it, at empowering our youths with adequate infrastructures and creating more conducive environment. Now, security reform. The architecture has to be worked on assiduously. It's not just word of mouth. It's not just word of mouth. These terrorists are not ghosts. They are human like us and they live among us. What's the work of the intelligence department? What are they intelligencing? If there's a word like that. So they should get their acts together, put all these things in place and track them down and let justice reign. And let the judicial system sit up and not be using technicalities to free criminals. All these are very important. These are the way forward. Then the economic diversification. We talked about that one yesterday, but we cannot talk about it too much. The agricultural system. There was time in Nigeria when we observed this. Then we have the river basin authorities and farm settlements and so on that were set up deed-free. Facilities set up to encourage farming. Tractors were procured, fertilizers, that's why we have this industry in the southeast. Those fertilizer will be readily available for those who need it. Then we have technical advisors in different agricultural. We have so many. Every state have Ministry of Agriculture. What are they doing there? We have Federal Ministry of Agriculture. What are they doing there? So these are the things that we need to work on assiduously in this our new year, when we're going to year 66. So the education, I've mentioned that before. Let's fine-tune that area, make our schools more like schools where students enjoy learning. Equip the library and the laboratories, let them well equipped, let the chemicals and the equipment be available and be functional. So then the next thing is our health system. We need to work on that too. Our hospital should not just be, there was time when the doctors were clamoring that they don't have equipment to work with. They have the skills, they have the knowledge, but if there's no, the equipment is not there. The material they are to use, they want to do so, they want to do this, they want to do that, the materials are not there, what will they do? And they see the patient dying because what's supposed to be done is not done, then there will be a problem. And government said they will do something about it. They are still doing something as we speak. So then we have unity and patriotism. The politicians especially should stop this divide and rule system they use. And we also should be alive to that. When you see anybody coming to your community and using divide and rule, talking about trying to pit one ethnic group against the other, then you need to talk them down and say, excuse me, Mr. Poly or Miss Politician, that kind of talk is not allowed in our community. It's simple as that. You have to hold them accountable. So as citizens, we need to have a change of heart and do something. So thank you once again. This is Nisinuga Reflection. Subscribe if you have not subscribed. Share and share your comments about your thoughts for Nigeria. It is well with Nigeria. Nigeria is great. The giant of Africa shall be great again. We thank God for our resilience, for our doggedness, for our ruggedness, for our creativity, for our ingenuity. We are blessed in every ramification. Once again, congratulations to every Nigerian, those within the country, those of you in diaspora. I say congratulations, and lovers of Nigeria, I say God bless you too. Thank you.